Rain arriving earlier this afternoon, primed and ready to go. It's an all-Western Conference matchup, and today's game is the Jazz coming to town for this one. Good evening, everyone. It's good to have you here at 2K Sports on this Wednesday. And a one-game homestand for Denver as the Nuggets will try to recharge their batteries on their home court. The starters for the Utah Jazz, Andre Kirilenko and Paul Millsap are the 3 and the 4. Bell is out there with Devin Harris and Jefferson. And for the Nuggets, K. Martin and Ney are inside. Felton is out there with J.R. Smith and Chandler. You look back at Utah's draft last year, and an underrated story was that they own New York's first-round draft choice.
Yeah, and it ended up being the 9th overall pick. And that's not a bad pick for a team that's in the playoffs.
Checks in, and the fulfillment of a lifelong dream. He's playing in his first NBA basketball game.
This guy got an awful lot of attention, comes in with tremendous credentials. They're expecting a lot of this guy. He was taken in the first round.
The Jazz making a switch.
They just fell short in the end last season of that 4th playoff seed.
Taking a look at the Jazz, Al Jefferson and Melo at the 4 and 5. Then there's Bell, and it's Andre Kirilenko, and Doris Burke spoke with George Karl. Doris?
Well, guys, he heaped praise on his team's defensive abilities, saying he had every reason today to expect that they could handle whatever they might see from the opposing offense.
Percentage has been way down compared to what he normally does. I think that's a big reason that they're down.
A foul called, and he earns a trip to the line. Back on Lawson, people in Denver just rave about him. The coaches talk about how his defense is way ahead of the curve for a player of his experience.
Yeah, and you combine that with his speed, Kevin. I mean, with the ball, I don't know if there's a faster guy in the NBA than Ty Lawson.
And the first one at the line is good. Jazz could have won their division had they played better in the regular year.
Yeah, they only finished 8-8, and it cost them a home court advantage in that first round.
Wilson Chandler's checked in for Al Harrington. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Here's Bell, gets right iron and drops with the friendly bounce. 17 seconds left in the first. Pass to Jefferson. Here's Ray. Oh! And the one-handed jam to finish.
That's right, fella. Don't be afraid to power it down.
Yeah, Clark, a good capper at the end of that play. Lawson outside. Jefferson with some nice D. And some great offensive action to get this one underway in the first. It's the Jazz. They lead by 6.
They keep working themselves to the foul line. And that's a key ingredient for success when you're trying to scratch out a win on the road.
And we'll return momentarily. Close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. Back to the pick for a team in Utah that's already gifted with young talent. Getting another young blue-chip talent is a tremendous boost.
Well, you have to take advantage of those kinds of draft opportunities. I mean, it's really a luxury to get to the second round of the playoffs and still be able to add players that you think can help you immediately.
Here's a look at what's coming up for the Utah Jazz. They'll be playing the Thunder. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Here's Smith. No good from three-point land. Can't connect on the quick shot. In his 7th season, drafted straight out of high school, 6'6" J.R. Smith, and he flushes it through. Sprite Slam Cam with the replay.
There it is, Kev. The old pound cake dunk. Simple, plain, but boy, does it taste good.
Oh, good job taking what the defense gave him right there. I'm hungry.
Always.
He's on a good roll after struggling a bit in the first.
That'll do it for the first half.
Looking at the numbers for Wilson Chandler, 12 points and 4 rebounds.
From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment.
Welcome to HP at the half. A close game going on out at Pepsi Center. The Nuggets have been scraping it out. They're still looking to establish what kind of team they'd like to be this season. They're scoring at ease. Is it great offense or weak defense? Whatever it is, they're lighting up that scoreboard. Wilson Chandler giving them a nice boost. He's got 12 points and has gone to work on the glass, grabbing a few rebounds. But the Jazz getting after it as well. They've limited the second chance buckets. They've been crashing the defensive glass, playing big on the defensive end. And here's a look at some of the top players in the spotlight of tonight's contest. And that just about does it here. Let's send you back to Kevin Harlan, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. Enjoy the rest of your game.
Well, it's been a tight game as we enter the second half. Both teams going at it. 17-point game. Now Okur. And it's Martin picking him up. Throws it up. Good on the jump shot. Miles. He's guarded by Chandler. And here's Watson. Here's Ray. It's good, and Watson picking up the assist.
I see him. Oh, that's wet.
Smith outside. And flushed through with two hands.
Does he make it look easy or what, partner? Trust me, that's not easy.
Oh, I know it. I think he could climb over the backboard if he wanted to. And Utah has possession. Knocked loose.
Not a single turnover in the first half for him, Kevin, but that ball control he had, it seems to have slipped away since halftime.
Covered by Smith. Takes it up. And it's slammed in by Okur. He's covered by Watson. Here's Smith. Can't connect from the wing.
He's not having much success here in the fourth quarter. He's struggling to hit his shots. He's got to settle down and make sure he takes good shots.
And smashed down.
I think they've sealed this one. Not enough time left to mount a comeback.
The Nuggets now in offense. Knocks it loose. It's one-on-one. Here's Ray up high and down hard.
He makes such intelligent plays with the basketball. Always aware, always a threat to score.
Kept alive. Here's Ray, and he drops it in on the layup. He's got 17. Here is Felton. He's covered by Watson. Pass to Smith. Jacks up the triple. We're going the other way. Utah ball. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play, they showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
Thanks for joining us for this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. For Doris Burke and the whole crew and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time. But first, let's check out the Jordan Brand player of the game.
I'm here, super duper duper cut, all up in the mix like yeah. What I stay like Brodus, even if I never said it, you should probably know this by now. wonder how, what they doing makeup. Every time I read about in the club, if I ever saw them, then they have a reason to say why they never like them. The lights go by.
After tonight's game, you're now officially an NBA player. Were there any nerves for you stepping onto the court for the first time?
Yeah, I'll admit, there were some butterflies tonight. This is something you work your whole life for, and I just wanted to go out there and really prove myself to my team. There's a lot of good players here, and I'm gonna really need to work hard to prove my worth. Let's hope tonight was the first step in that, you know?
You'll quickly find out in the press conferences that the reporters are constantly trying to get you to give them a soundbite, something that'll be newsworthy. Be careful what you say in there, as it will have repercussions on the court. Slip up and say something negative about the fans, and they'll be booing you off the court. Criticize your teammates, and you'll find they are starting to freeze you out when you call for the ball. The press conference room is as much of a game as the on-court action, but you'll soon find that out.
You got the title, but I'm the one that's gonna jeopardize it.